Okay, it's Friday morning, June whatever. I don't even know. And we just did 3 days on the Rubicon Trail. Um, we made some mistakes. We underestimated the trail. We had a couple of guys with us, super good guys, man. I would be with them anytime, but this was new to them. They really felt like they were in over their head when we started. And we did a whole lot of walking trail early on stuff that um, later on would be considered beginner stuff. So we lost some time. Started a little bit late in the morning, and what you got to do if you're going to do the Rubicon Trail and you're fairly new at this is you want to start early in the morning, and then you want to get marching. So not fast. We're not talking about fast. We're talking about moving. So when you get out and take pictures and do all that stuff, if you're planning on doing the trail in just 2 days, you need to be thinking about things like what could break and having the time to fix it. So that's what happened to us. We spent a lot of time working on getting people over obstacles, worrying about differentials and stuff like that, and then the time started catching us, and then we had a break. So we made it to the cell phone tree after a repair, broke again, and that's not really that far in the trail, to tell you the truth. Second day, we had a guy come in out of Sacramento and change the pitman arm. That was cool. But anyway, that'll be more story. I could get more information about that. Second day, we went from cell phone tree to Buck Island. There was a group, two of the guys had kids, and they had been promised to go swimming, and they earned it because it was slow going. So we got to Buck Island, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and Gene and I elected to go ahead and climb up the hill and park at the top of the hill and camp, because it was a pretty good hill climb, and that way I could walk down and help those guys up. By that time, I realized that the group was getting better. They made it up the hill. I think it took us 20 minutes up the hill. They got 3 Jeeps up there in 30. So I was planning on letting Gene sleep in because I thought it'd take an hour. So they got up to the top, and we were just now breaking down camp. So we sent them on their way. We broke down camp and caught them within a quarter mile. Not because we're good. It got technical again. So we left Buck Island and got to Rubicon Springs at 11:42 or something like that. So I'm going to say we were on the trail at 8. So 3.5 hours to Rubicon Springs. We got to Rubicon Springs. We swam again. Took some time, thinking that Cadillac Hill was going to be the last obstacle. It's not. So Cadillac Hill bit us again. The YJ started having fuel issues. He's carbureted, electric fuel pump, and so we changed the clickety-clack. Got it going again. I put a gallon of gas in the Jeep. We didn't know if it was a pickup tube, but it got running. So we started up the hill, and as we got almost to the top, it started doing it again. And from that point on, after observation point to the end of the trail, is still gnarly. Everybody says, oh, it's just a dirt road. It's not a dirt road. So we ended up towing his Jeep with the automatic TJ. When it would get flat, we could start it and run it. But we were towing over stuff that the first day we considered hard obstacles. So now these guys we're getting it. We're understanding it. So we pulled out on the asphalt section. I don't know. I have the times. I have to go back and look at everything, but it was around 6 o'clock. So to the end of the Rubicon Trail, from Loon Lake to the fire road, which still isn't easy, was 11.5 miles, and then all the way to the end was 16.5, something like that, to the paved section. It took us 3 days to do that. Then we get in the Jeep and we have to drive 60, 70 miles back around the highway to get back to Ice House Resort. So we pop out at a residential area in South Lake Tahoe. So we drive along the lake. It's actually absolutely beautiful. But you have to remember, we're driving rigs that we had literally just beat to death on the Rubicon Trail. This guy did really good. They were able to fill the YJ up, and he drove it back. And the poor guy that had the pitman arm fixed, he had to go to work today. And he had driven his rig up from San Jose. His front end was out of alignment. He's the one that broke the pitman arm. The pitman arm doesn't affect the alignment, but something in there, he bit a tie rod or something, and they tried to adjust it, but he wasn't comfortable enough to get it to where he felt comfortable running it. So anyway, the lesson would be, you're going to have to plan for brakes. The lesson would be, you got to keep moving. We wanted to stop and talk at every obstacle. Well, it's 16 miles of obstacles. It's simply that. If you want to do the trail, and there's guys that do the trail in one day, but we're not walking along on 40s with 1-ton axles. We had a JK with 410 stock gearing, and he didn't even have a front locker on 35s. So, and he was good, man. It was really good. So, but again, so if you want to get through it, you got to keep marching. And I don't think you could allow for all of the stuff that could break. So when I say marching, you just got to go slow and steady. Second thing is, I got to get that phone number and information from the guy out of Sacramento. He's our hero, man. I mean, the guy come up and fixed it. He drove up the trail. It was dark when he got up there. Yanked that thing off, put the other one on, away he went. And I don't think it was outrageous. I didn't get involved with the pricing, but Paul, the policeman, was like, it was parts and fuel. It really wasn't that much. So we'll get more to that. But anyway, my little TJ did outstanding. These old wore out 38s. They got steel feed locks, which I didn't bend. Everybody says, oh, those things are bend. They're not bent. The tires are crap. I use balancing beads to balance them. I don't run a lot of air pressure in them on the road. I don't drive it very far on the road. So driving on this mountain, this highway, I thought was going to be nerve-wracking. We ran 55. We didn't go super crazy, but I have about maybe 15 pounds of pressure in it. No death wobble. Just boogied on down the road. Steering wheel straight. Nothing's bent. So I crawled underneath it this morning. My shock mounts I need to probably reinforce. I got into the rock sliders. They did their job, but I mean, really and truly, there's not a lot of damage in there. I mean, I'll put it up on the lift and we're going to wiggle and shake, but I'm pretty happy with what. If you would see what we were banging and bending on, that's been in a little bit, but it's just obstacle, climb, drop, boulders for 16.5 miles. It's crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to throw this up there for those folks that think they're going to come down to the Rubicon and they're brand new and that's what they want to do. Yep, you can do it. Make sure you're prepared. Find the guy's information out in Sacramento. Have a backup plan. Be prepared to camp on the side of the trail like we did at Cell Phone Tree. We were very lucky to make it there before my welding broke. So you can do it.